as a craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C, Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another edition of Beer Mail. And today I have a very special guest. First time on the video content side. Tiffany Alexis, how you doing?
Hey guys.
So if you guys listen to our podcast or consume any of our content, you would have heard at least myself or Scott referring to Tiffany. Off camera, she always is the one taking care of business.
Yes.
She is the reason we are even having a video, we're on video. I managed to talk her into doing this, so thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We got a nice beer mail package from Helm. You want to tell us about Helm?
I love Helm. They're right down the street.
Yes, they
They're
are.
one of my favorites, which is also why I'm on this video right now.
Yes, definitely a personal favorite microbrewery here in Montreal that we talk about often. So huge shout out to Sebastian and Elise and Arnaud and the whole team down there. Always take care of us. So they have predominantly draft beers at the brew pub, but they do actually bottle two of their beers. One is Clark, which is their Pilsner, and the other one is Bernard, which is a pale ale. So we figured we'd crack a couple.
All right.
Breaking out the trusty BrewHeads opener here.
You can find it at thebrewheads.com.
Yeah. And you can use our coupon code, which is BAOS, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, yes. So do you remember having these two before?
I feel like I remember the pale ale.
The pale? Because I feel like we always go, when we're at the brewery, we always try...
anything new, and the...
Hutchie Blondie.
Hutchie Blondie.
Which is the fave, which is the West Coast IPA.
Go to Helm and get the Hutchie Blondie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know, they had a thing the other night. It was they cracked, I don't know if it was a cask of it, but it was called the Hutchie Darkie. So I think it was like a black IPA or something, which is very cool. So, okay, this is the Pils. Now, these bottles are actually bottled by Brasserie Le Deux Frères here in Montreal. So they're not bottled directly by Helm. They don't have that facility at their spot. So the guys are out in Terrebonne, Quebec, which I guess is like an hour away, I think. So it's a nice little 5% Pilsner, very clear. Oh, very malty. I like that. So it's not actually directly brewed by Helm either. It's brewed by Le Deux Frères at their premises, but the recipe, of course, is from Helm. So this is good. I really hope they start bottling more of the beers because there's some great stuff. Cheers. Yeah, it's great. Malty.
Excellent.
Got some balls to it. Because Pilsners aren't the most riveting of beers overall, but they're like if you have a good Pilsner or a good lager or a good one of the more simpler style of beers, I guess, or classic styles, it's not much better than that.
Very refreshing.
Refreshing.
Sweet. Like, not
yeah, a
too
little bit of
sweet.
sweetness. Yep, just about nice balance. Really strong malty nose. Usually these type of beers don't have a ton of nose, but
How did I do the BAOS whip?
the violent whip. I love the violent whip. It really works though. Yeah, this is solid, eh?
Amazing.
I really like that one.
To
So,
be expected.
of course, to be expected. Would you like to do the honors for the
Yes.
Bernard? So they have a pale ale. It's pale ale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always get confused because there's one called Mild End, which is their mild. It's like
This is the Mile End Pale Ale.
yes, Mild and Pale. And this one's actually called also a Mild and Pilsner. So I think it's kind of like a branding thing.
But then it's like
But there's
Bernard.
yeah, I always get confused because there's one called Mild End.
Okay.
I forgot. I think it's like
really?
one of a British bitter style beer, if I'm not mistaken.
And
So-
Bernard is actually the street that they're on.
Yes, thank you. That's a great
Very
point.
cool.
All of Helm's beers are named after streets here in Montreal, which is super, super cool. And that's, particularly if you're coming from out of town, it's super fun. You can go, you're looking at the chalkboard and you're like, I'll take a Fairmount, I'll take a St. Viateur. They have a
Park, which is named after Park Avenue.
So
yeah.
the area that they're in is called Mile End, and all the streets in Mile End are what they named after. So
Why
this
didn't
is
I
super
get
cool.
a shirt?
At least Tiffany's gonna need a shirt. We'll arrange for that.
Okay,
Don't you
thank
worry.
you.
We got
Thank
you. All right. So this is a what percentage is this bad boy? It's 5% as well. So this is the pale. Definitely a lot darker, more of an amber brownie color there. How's the nose? Give that whip. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, sort of hoppy.
Cheers. I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
A
very
little bit more bitter.
Yep.
Now that we're having it, I guess.
in comparison to the
Yeah.
to the clock there. Hoppy, definitely, but it's more of a English style hop. It's not like a hop bomb. I mean, it is a pale ale, so it's nothing. It's very crushable, very approachable. This is not going to scare people away. I don't know how you feel about this. but I feel that Helm are a fantastic. Like we bring a lot of people to Helm
All the time.
all the time because it's if they're beer people, they will love it because all of their stuff is phenomenally well made. But I think most importantly, if they're not beer people, it's not going to scare them.
Yeah.
Some of the places we go are probably a little scary for some folks that have like crazy stuff and they're like, what do I even choose? I'll take the lager. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
Like
true.
at least all of Helm stuff, they have very, very approachable beers. Even the Hutchie Blondie, their
Even the
biggest.
Hutchie Blondie, like
it's
before
pretty good,
Rich
right?
there, and he wasn't like huge on beer, and and he had that and was loving it.
Rich is our videographer, and he's although we schooled him pretty well.
Rich is a cinematographer.
I'm so sorry. Did I say videographer?
Yeah.
Oh god, Rich cinematographer. He'll kill me.
There you go.
That's a really good point, and that one's only 7%, and that's like the highest ABV that they have.
Yeah,
So
even their sour was pretty approachable.
it was like they did a collab with Espace Public.
Yeah. The
You're
one
right, and it was a
from
real
episode
mad.
33.
Yes, from the podcast. We had that on air,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Super. Like I was like, is this the sour? Because it's so subtle,
Yeah.
super subtle. I think that's the point. That's their whole steez, and I feel like that's coming back. Like we know other breweries that do approachable beers. Like that's their whole game, and I think that's really cool.
Definitely.
I think it's
good
super
way to
cool.
get everyone into the craft, you know?
So if you're in Montreal and you see either of these two guys around, you usually see them in the stand with Brasserie Le Deux Frères, who have a bunch of other fantastic beers as well. Pick these up. Great crushes, very approachable, like we said. Tasty, super well made, and you're supporting a family-owned Montreal institution, which to us
An
is
awesome family.
very, very cool. Like fantastic, couldn't be more warm. Like they've looked after us so many times. Just such huge fans of the people. The staff are great. The brewers are great, and just the vibe, the food. Yo, get down there for the food. I think we spoke about that maybe in the podcast.
Salmon with the
salmon tartare,
with the tartare with the
the
hops
hops
in it. Yeah,
it's
with
got
the
hops
hops on
sprinkled.
it. Oh,
And it was like a malt drizzle.
Yeah, it was a malt drizzle.
Oh, God. I don't know if they do that all the time.
Yeah, maybe it was special.
If not, even the bison. Anyway, the bison burger.
Everything's great.
Get it all. So that's it. Anything else to add?
Get it in ya?
Get it in ya. If you liked the video,
Oh yeah.
thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast. And of course, if you want to hear the long form content, us referring to Tiffany in the background, the link to the iTunes is below. That's about it. Now you can get it in ya.